So it's time to hit the market. These are collard greens. These are actually 4 weeks. It's going to actually 5 weeks from transplant, and now they are ready for harvest. So today, what I'm doing now, I want to harvest this, and deliver this to the market. Collard greens is one crop that is quite easy to start and highly marketable, especially you know factory like this region here. You can see how healthy the leaves are. Whenever the camera will be able to, but you can see the size of the leaf quite healthy. And just imagine this is just a month after transplant. This 4 weeks going to the 5th week. So this is most the first harvest also. See, the crops are quite healthy. So just harvest the large seeds below that we can now allow for growth now for the other. So that's the beauty of this collard greens. Yeah, you harvest the growth underneath, and with that now the new shoots come up. Yeah, so you can harvest this continuously for up to optimum harvest about 6 to 7 months. Some go up to a year, but from experience, about the 6 or 7 months or so, that's when you know the productivity goes down, and with that you need to do another batch. So let's proceed with the harvest. So how do you grow collard greens? So collard greens, they start from seed. Yeah, you start from seed where now you establish them on a nursery bed. You can either opt to do it on a nursery bed or on seedling trays, whereby the seeds will take about 21 days to a month so that they are ready for transplant. Then now you're able now to move them to your prepared beds where now you transplant, and that's where the crop will grow for the period that we'll be harvesting. So in this particular one, I transplanted this about 4 weeks ago, going to 5 weeks now, and I'm already harvesting, quite healthy. So after the bed preparation, I added some goat manure. This time around, I didn't have enough compost, so what I opted to do, I couldn't get enough compost. I purchased some goat manure. So that's what I use now to during the transplant. After the bed preparation, I added some goat manure and transplanted my seedlings. In addition to the goat manure, I also did some planting fertilizer. Yeah, so that not to help with the establishment of a proper root system. So that now the crop can be able to, once the root system is well established, we'll get a healthy crop. So you can see how getting good uh, good and healthy crop, despite this crop has grown during we planted this during the rainy season, and it's doing really well. There's no leaching of nutrients. So far I've only done the goat manure and then the planting fertilizer, and then I've been doing a weekly foliar feed using either biostimulant such as seaweed and a foliar feed rich in nitrogen. You see, these collard greens are, so what you're harvesting are the leaves, so we need lots of nitrogen to encourage the vegetative growth. Yeah, so I can have this large vegetative growth, and with that you'll have good harvests. For the market, collards have quite a high demand, especially for this region. You see, when before you start any farming venture, just don't grow any crop because you've seen others doing it. So I really took my time to study the market, and see, one of the crops that was in high demand also was this collard greens, because in this region there are not so many people doing it, especially like, for example, a good example, like at this time when we have the rains, most of the farms they are just doing the basic maize and beans. So there is a huge shortage of these collard greens in vegetables in general. So with this now, the supply is low and there's a very huge demand. In fact, my strategy, my market is I do this targeting the final consumer, such that telling this the final person going to consume, either hotels, individuals, within neighbors within the community. That's why I do this in small patches. You can see there's this patch, this section that I'm already started harvesting. You check back there, there's another one already established almost about 2 weeks from, and up almost going to 2 weeks from transplant. But I want to have a continuous supply of these vegetables. But for some reason or it seems to have a huge shortage. Even the market vendors from around still want, I supply them with this. So how do you sell them? You can either sell, when I do the retail, either go to the market myself. I can either choose to batch them, small bunches, so I sell about 10 Kenya shillings or so, or mainly we buy the kilogram. Which always like we encourage this large. It's easier when you have a certain unit of measure. So by the kilogram, so for like this one now that I'm harvesting, I'll be selling by the kilogram, depending on the supply and demand. The prices range from as low as 10 shillings per kilogram to even 40 shillings per kilogram. For now that there is a huge shortage, I'm going to be selling this at 30 shillings per kilogram at the farm. But if I'll be taking the market, that kilogram I'll be able to get almost 4 bunches of the 10 so that kilogram will go for will be going for 40 Kenya shillings. So it's a good deal. Yeah. You be able to get your return on investment, because from the cost of seed, the manure, the fertilizers, labor, you need to you do your math. Do this as a business. Yeah. So make sure you do your market research properly. Don't just grow a crop and you're stuck with it for lack of market also, because you get some point where some areas where the market is so bad that you're not even able to sell, and the vegetables are left to either rot in the farm or fed to the animals. It should not be the case. Yeah, able to check on the balance on this, see what the market demands. They provide for the market what is what it requires, and be able to make this as a profitable venture, not just farming for the sake of it. Yeah, you need to do this as a business and get your money back, and also make profit out of it. And see how much I'm able to get from just 2 plants. See, good feeding program. Yeah, see how much all this I'm able to get from just 2 plants in one harvest, and this being the first harvest. So with the collards, what you're going to do after harvest to ensure continuous, because of the continuous harvesting, and this being that you're harvesting the leaves, you need to properly feed these crops, and to ensure that you have continuous production of a good leaf field. So we'll be doing a monthly top dress, maybe every 2 months or so, top up some more manure. So we said this can be optimally harvested for about 6 months to 7 months when you have good yields. Yeah, some stretch it more than that, but at least let's say 6 months is is a good spot. So in that period, we'll do top up with manure at least 2 more times, then a monthly top dress with fertilizer rich in nitrogen, and of course the continuous weekly or every other week feeding it with the foliar feed rich in nitrogen plus probably a biostimulant, like seaweed, that you can have, the crop can regenerate fast and we have healthy, disease free, that are crops that are not attacked easily by pests and diseases. So once your crop get a healthy crop, you'll have at least very minimum attacks by pests and disease. You can see how healthy this crop is. Yeah. So and that will have good quality product. When you get it out there in the market, you'll be selling very fast. One small challenge that I'm facing is goat manure. They said in starting this, we started with some goat manure. So one challenge that I face with that goat manure, as much as it is giving me healthy crops, is that the goat manure came with lots and lots of weeds. I'm getting a huge weed population. There is a lot of weed, but once I'm done with harvesting this, I'll be doing some weeding and then do a top dress. But I'm hoping now, see, at least the crop was younger then, but now that the crop has grown and they formed a good canopy, I'm going to suppress the weed population. It's going to suppress the weed population. Yeah. So I'm just going to do one more time some weeding. Once I've done with the harvesting, do the weeding, then do a top dress. Yeah. And hopefully now that the crop is well established and that the weed population will go down. But so far, so good. That's the only challenge I noticed with the goat manure. It came with lots of weeds. So there are some of the things that you have to work with. Yeah. Initially, I've been using compost that I generate from here. I collect the weeds I could get from here, and then some chicken manure. Compost it over time. That's what I've been using. But see, that takes a lot of time. Needs a lot of organic matter to get. You will not be able to get enough to cover this entire, to do all the projects that I wanted, all the crops that I wanted to grow. So that's why I decided to buy some goat manure to complement. But I'm still working on generating the compost slowly. The idea is to bring feed the soil properly, yeah, and bring back the soil biology, because this soil has really been degraded over years of use without no much organic matter being added. So the soil nutrition levels are quite low. So, but slowly I want to build up the soil microbiology so we can have healthy plants. So that takes time. Going to pack them in this sack. Then I go for, I'm going to pack it this so that I can now go and do the weighing. So this particular, I'm going to be selling this by the weight, by the kilogram. Packages. And I get my weighing scale. Slowly compact that, package this properly. And ensure you try to do this early enough for, you see how we are at the equator. We get quite a bit of sunshine. So you can already see it early in the morning, but the sun is already up. I want to try and do this early enough before the sun, so there's a lot of heat. To avoid the plants from starting to wither, you know, and the quality depreciates. The idea is to maintain good quality, ensure your crops are as fresh as possible. They're not withering, not wilting. That's why you do it early enough before the sun gets hot. So if you're a beginner farmer, or you're maybe trying to figure out what crop you can grow, you can consider collard. This is quite an easy crop to establish and maintain. And the good thing about it, it's once you start harvesting, you can do it, maybe the harvest can go weekly or so. So you're able to have, it at least gives you a consistent income to be able to run the farm, instead of doing a crop that probably you just do inputs, and you have to wait for like 3 to 4 months to start to harvest. A bit about these collards, within a month start harvesting, and you're able to generate some income on a weekly basis or so. So you can consider that, but do your due diligence. At times, find out your market dynamics. Probably where you located, probably it may not work. So you do your due diligence first, market your research, do your market research, and find out how whatever before you plant any crop, how it does, how is the market and all that. So thank you so much. That's more like it. Till the next one. Happy farming.